This is the richest square mile in Africa. Skyscrapers, foreign whips, and realized dreams. But on the other side of these buildings, life is a little different. Shit, I've seen it all in these streets. The Duck City, Gomorrah, A-Town, whatever you want to call it. The man you've come to know doesn't exist without Alexander Township. I was raised by a lot of powerful women. My mother, my sister, grandmother. So there was a lot of gospel in the house, the likes of Rebecca Malope, Winnie Mashaba, also traditional Tswana music, Couches Spears, Salilo Salot. Then Pim Push introduced me to underground rap. And along with my brother May Fortune, TNU was born.
I think I was like in grade 9, I was like 15.
And the problem is, trying to grow money in trees, but then I'm profitless. Cause I fucking need my palms to be dominant.
At a time, I didn't know I would become this super musical, artistic genius. Me and my crew just wanted to be the dopest rappers on the block. And we were.
Killing these cats, leave the game in the mattress. Legend in the making, you can tell it on the ad lib. Oh. Rash shadows, I do fuck with that. Well, you know, I don't with that. Draw the line like an architect. Vision brighter, don't need no spec. You try to ride in this lane or ride in that lane, you either way cul-de-sac. I just wanna make 100 stacks, stick it on 100 stacks, stick it on another end. You really don't understand, but stand back with your fucking faking, fucking hitting bullish. That's the old shit.
Things got shaky for a while. Dropped out of school, disappointed my old lady. Had to get a 9 to 5. The music slowed down, and I even considered quitting. Then I met Tabs, and my life changed.
Fucking fire rapper.
Monty pulled up down the line. Kotatso held us down. Fiji and Chopper opened my eyes to a new world of artistry. You experienced me at my most vulnerable on my first project. You witnessed my growth on the EP. But making this project here was an experience like no other.
Yo, it's your boy Marcus Harvey, Don Marco, all the way from A-Town representing Gomorrah. And I'd like to welcome y'all to the Marcus Harvey Writing Camp.
Hustle the paper, I'm coming back later. It's tribulations and it's trials. I'll be up walking the miles, I flow like the Niles.
Everything was absolutely, perfect. From the first day until the last day of the camp. When we were making the music, I guess. But my only issue at that time was that I didn't have like a full-on control, over the production. The collaborations on that first draft, they were very I think most of those collaborations were legendary collaborations, but unfortunately it wasn't part of what I, envisioned.
We were not ready. We were just not ready. We don't drop music because he can make music. We drop music when it feels right.
I think, for a very long time, especially regarding albums, I wanted to be part of the production so bad because I know the sound. I know what an album should sound like, from a production perspective, especially if I'm doing it, you know what I mean? From the previous projects that I dropped, I didn't produce any song, from the project, and I always felt like I wasn't ready at that time to produce a song that I can put out on the project. Maybe I was, but I just felt like now was the time to really showcase that I can also make beats, and I'm actually good at this thing, and I want to produce my music. You know, it's like I wanted to continue with that same momentum, even though I was mentally drained and physically drained. I was just depressed in a way.
If he sets his mind to something, there's no changing it. You can't convince him to do something that isn't in his heart or in his mind, or he doesn't believe it. If it's not what he wants, he's definitely not doing it.
I scrapped out the first draft.
That period was obviously crazy because we had put in a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of resources into making that album. Financially, we had, worked with brands. Brands had kind of given us some financial muscle to pull it off. And we had, promises we had made to them. And when that was no longer happening, that was obviously a tricky period. Yeah, it was a difficult time. We didn't know what we're gonna do.
Let's make new music. And then
I was like, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but
let's just find a way. We didn't have anything, we didn't have equipment, didn't have anything. So we always had to go to niggas to go record and stuff, but sometimes quality is not the one. I would just use my cash so that we can do sessions and everything. I think yeah, that's what I did. And some gambling here and there, because Marcus can gamble, can play dice for real, he's fine. We'd go to a game with 200, go back home with 2.5. We've stopped, so yeah. We just do it for fun. So I was like, boy, we gotta do a 3-step. I think I have a plan.
Escapes all. Budget what you got. Yo.
It wasn't necessarily in our plans, to be honest, but when you get an opportunity to collaborate with an artist as special as Marcus Harvey, it's not an opportunity you can afford to turn down. So Tubbs and Marcus came, we sat down, figured it out, and immediately got to work.
I could have done it independently, but it's just me having to put in more work and getting a support, from a label, Stay Low, to actually put less weight on my shoulders. I don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying? In terms of how we put out the music and how we shoot the visuals and how we do other stuff, I just worry about what I have to worry about, you know what I mean? And I think this relationship, it works for me because the label and the brand, it's just a perfect match, you know what I'm saying?
We knew when Marcus came to us that he had an album recorded that he thought would be the one that would come out. Things happened. He decided that he wants to approach this with a fresh set of ears and come together with us and let's look at this, what this could be if we had to start again, right?
Marcus was very tired during that whole process of having an album, it being scrapped, and then having to get into album mode again. So he was kind of a little bit demotivated.
At a time where I had let go of the first draft, I also, had issues with my girl. I was just dealing with, trying to save my relationship, or I'm saving the songs, or I'm gonna fight for the music. I don't really know how to, pick sides or decide on whether I should, fight for this relationship or not. But it's this is a 7-year relationship and this is everything for me, you know what I mean? I'm in the studio and I'm just thinking about how I sacrificed my relationship for music. And you can feel, the emotions. I was just messed up when I was making that record. So Musadi is the first record.
Kwile buhlungu Ngirato le fedile Masadi bang fedile Lerato lang
as much as it was a time crunch, Marcus was like really on it, and to his credit, that's a very difficult thing to do. To go from having something that you thought was it, then to having to recreate it, tap back into the zone, tap back into the emotions. Like that guy really pulled off like an incredible display in the studio for about 6 weeks.
Meeting other producers, sharing knowledge.
From the song that we were making off of our joint EP, the energy and like the spark came back to be like, Marcus got into that thing of like, I'm gonna prove myself to anybody who's doubting me or whatnot.
When Fiji came in, I think he made me understand how to make beats, and how to make dope beats and beats that you want to make for yourself.
It took a lot from us. It took a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice. We lost a lot of people. I used money I was not supposed to use, like money I was supposed to give my mom's, money I had to push other things, we just sacrificed a lot.
Because this album is supposed to be a thing of like, now you know me, so like, you need to know what I'm about.
Because he's experimented a lot. There's a lot of stuff that, obviously with different genres, so he can do a lot of things easily even. So now that he's zoned in on the sound, I've seen the growth and we can all obviously hear it.
And now I'm confident with my stuff, I have no doubts, I'm fearless. I know that me and music, we're one thing,
And then obviously Marcus Harvey pulled on and it gave people hope.
No, we just need some love, yeah. I believe that what we have is so special. Yo, you're so precious. Tell me, yeah, what's your desire?
I'm more comfortable, in my language. There's a lot of people who can, sing in Sepedi, but it's how you make it sound, because I personally think Sepedi is such a beautiful language and it's slept on, but that's why I'm here and I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, you know what I mean? It's so important, and so I'm basically the voice of Bapedi.
Come on, it's the Marcus Harvey way, guys.
You don't know me, now you know me.
You gotta understand, you're not blind. First guy in Alexandra, first guy from the Township to collab with the international brand, an African brand.
Come on.
Levis.
Come on.
Kid Cudi way. Come on. But from Alexandra.
Having your name on the 501 gene, it's really one of the dopest things that ever happened to me in my life. You know what I mean? I can't describe it in words, but it's such an amazing, thing to happen. You know what I mean?
Yo, you grab the legs, little boy. Serious, I'm a ball out.
Especially a kid like me who comes from the township of Alexander. It's such a dope experience.
I'm going to call to the stage a man who personally reminds me all the time about the healing power of music and the ability to change our environment using music and artistry. Everybody, please put your hands together for Marcus Harvey.
There's so many ways to fall in love.
I was just reflecting on, the struggles that we had to sort of go through, leading to that point. Like, I couldn't believe that we actually made it. It was just like, it's my birthday and I'm just full of joy. So there was just tears of joy.
There's no one like him. When Goku goes Super Saiyan, this is that level, He shows you the purification of being alive, of being a creative. There's no limitation to it.
There are artists that you listen to, and then there are artists that you feel to. The latter is a very rare and special group, and it's not something that can be taught. With Marcus Harvey, anyone who's listening should be prepared to go back to music that makes you feel something.
Harvey is a one-on-one, bro.
They'll probably take a bullet for him because that's how much he believes in himself.
It's personal for me because he sings in Bedi and I'm Bedi, and there isn't a lot of that in the zeitgeist at the moment in terms of urban contemporary music.
Yeah, no, it's different.
I think South Africa deserves the opportunity to present these types of talents that we have, you know. And I think that's why he's going to be such a significant artist in the story of South African music.
Man, Marcus Harvey is the future.
When I started this journey, you didn't know me. Then I gave you a glimpse, but you still didn't have a full story. The truth is, while I was focused on telling you who I am, I also got to know myself. My character was tested. It wasn't easy. But I'm grateful that you've stuck around to listen. This shit is in my genes. And I realized I am who I thought I was, and more. A fucking living legend. And I've only just begun. Now you know me.
I'm a living legend. When I die, they'll keep my skeleton. I know that I'm destined for this shit like it was meant for me. It was meant for me. It was meant for me. Let me talk some real quick. I'm a living legend. When I die, they'll keep my skeleton. I knew that I'm destined for this shit like it was meant for me. Smoking on a cannabis, I swear it feel like paradise. Feel like buried, right. Family, more important than the streets and the queens. And at night, I can't sleep. Devil sneaking through my wind. Focus on the money now, tryna make it live.